Hi, welcome to Biz Tip number 9, which aligns with the content in week 9 of the Momentum Accelerator. So week 9 is the third of our 3 customer-focused sessions. The first was customer attraction, which is, marketing. How are you getting them to pay attention to you? The second is customer conversion. How are you actually getting them to buy from you? And now the third one is customer retention. So how can you keep them as a customer? I'm sure you've heard so many times it's a lot harder to attract a customer and sell them the first thing than it is to sell an existing customer more things. And so how can you, this session is all about how can you create more interactions with this customer? How can you further serve them? So we're going to talk about today, the business tip is create a value ladder. So this is also called a product ladder. This is a whole, like a series, doesn't have to be too many things, but a series of things that start from low cost and gradually get to a higher cost. And so the idea is if you have a new person who just found you, let's call them, a barely warm lead, a cold lead, they are less likely to buy a high-end product from you or service from you because they don't really know you yet, right? They're not sure if you'll be a good fit for them, if you will provide the value that they need with your higher end product. So what can you sell them initially? That's a little bit of an easier sell because it costs less. So that's kind of like the first rung on your value ladder is this lower cost item that's easier for them to get involved in. So it's probably a quick wins or maybe it starts them on their journey. So for example, with Aviatra, we have a program that helps you start your business, then a program that helps you grow your income. And then we have Momentum Accelerator, which helps you grow your business in a lot of different ways, all different directions, right? The foundations, the finances, the customer focus, and the growth focus. So you can see that we have this ladder that it does go up in price, but it also helps people along their journey. So again, for us, women who are starting a business, have already started a business, but are still kind of just growing it and figuring it out. And then women who are really ready to grow. And so for you yourself, how can you create this value ladder for your own business? What is your value ladder? What are your products and services that you offer that help people when they come in to you first? Do you only have a high-end product and that you struggle to get people into? Well, it might be because they need to get to know you a little bit and develop the trust with you and understand that you are incredible and helpful. And so as that builds, as their trust in you builds and their willingness to invest with you builds, then you move them up the line. On the other hand, if you only have a low priced product, what happens, or even if it's not that low priced, but let's say medium priced, what happens when they're done with that? What if when they've been through that or used it, then what? And so in order to retain them, you need to have something else to sell them, right? Now, if it's a consumable, of course, they could buy more of that thing. And you could get them on, like a subscription or something for it. But if it's a service product, what is next for them? What can you develop that's next for them? And so that customer retention really involves having something to sell them as you go along and as you work with them. And as they become more comfortable with you or become more savvy about what they're doing or how they're interacting with you or, whatever applies to your business, right? Whatever applies. So it could be, again, for us, as they grow their business, we have other ways that they can work with us. If it's, a product, like let's say it's skincare. So you have, like the cleanser. Okay, now their skin is clean. What do you have next? A moisturizer, perhaps. Okay, do you have a mask, right? So there's like a suite of products that people can move through this ladder. I guess it's climbing up. It's really not moving through. It's climbing up this ladder. So I encourage you to think about your own value ladder. And I also highly encourage you to check out the Momentum Accelerator. It's an incredible program. We have been doing this now for 15 years. It's our flagship program. It's really, really impactful for your business. We have lots of testimonials on the webpage, so I encourage you to check it out. And I will be back next time with biz tip number 10.